I think every single entrepreneur and founder would really benefit from having a mentor. Maybe you have a similar position than the one I have right now. Maybe you've studied in the university for a few years and then you wanted to either get a job or started freelancing. You knew how to do some things, you just did not know how to run a business. So you ended up getting a 9-to-5 job. You actually learned a lot of things there, collaborated, worked on a team, created some nice projects which allow you to learn multiple skills. And at some point, because you really wanted to be an entrepreneur and create your own project, you started this side hustle, started working with some clients. And at some point you just thought, let's go for it. You quit the 9-to-5 and you start working on your main project. Now things are a lot better, than the first time you tried to be an entrepreneur. And still, even with all those skills and all that knowledge that you've been learning for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, who knows what, many years, you still have this inner feeling of, wouldn't it be so much easier to just have someone who has actually done what I want to do, show me the path, train me, and be hard a little bit on me, but someone that I can absorb all the knowledge from and all the vision and all the how to do everything. And this is the exact thing I've been thinking of for the last few weeks. And I find myself in this state, right? A few months ago, I discovered this guy, Marvin, and immediately when I watched one of his videos on YouTube, he's documenting through vlogs all his journey from day one. He's building an agency that builds personal brands for founders on LinkedIn. And he's been documenting everything from the first day. And so when I discovered one of his vlogs on YouTube, I was immediately triggered by it. And, something clicked in me. I knew that was the type of lifestyle, the type of work I wanted to do, and the way he was managing it, and the way he was having so much fun with his friends and building this nice project. Instantly right there, I know that guy knows. I decided, why don't I talk to him? And so what I did was, instead of just sending him a basic text message, I actually created a very short 2-minute video where I spoke to him. I sent him the video yesterday, and so I already got answered by him. He told me he would get me posted about it and he would come back to me. So hopefully he does, and we can make something good. So it was a highly personalized video, just a little bit of a backstory. And I just told him why I was reaching out, what I wanted to do or what I was envisioning, and how I expected it to go or how I was planning on doing it. It made me think of the fact that, how cool it would be for people to reach out in this way, right? I think so many people just DM, just send basic text messages, generic emails, and everything is so generic, especially with AI today. Everyone is the same pattern, cut exactly from the same place, which is AI doing everything for everyone. Instead of just sending generic messages, maybe this is something that could really help you right now. If you're thinking about contacting someone, if you're thinking about pitching a specific client or collaborating with someone, why don't you go and just send a very specific video where you speak and explain what you want to say and communicate instead of just, typing in a DM or a message or a generic email. Now, back to the video I sent him yesterday. It was this kind of surface level idea I had for the last few weeks. But yesterday I was just so fired up. I actually got my journal and even wrote about it. I had to get that raw thought out of my head. And as I was writing, I was like, man, why don't you even go right now and record this video? And it made me think of something that I wanted to share as well here. I think many times I find myself not recording content, and I think many people have such great ideas and have such great things in their heads they would want to share and that would make such a big impact. But what happens to most of us is we're just not executing them, because from the moment we think of the idea till the time we execute it, this gap right here is really long and very big. And instead I thought of, how can we find ways to reduce the friction so that from the moment I get an idea till I execute it, we shrink this gap so it's like immediate action. And something I really love having right now is I got this office, I got this space, and you cannot see it right now, but I've got a whole setup right here, which is like my monitor is right here, the camera, I've got the microphone and little light. And this is always set up. It's a modular setup. I even got a little monitor so that I can check if I'm in focus or I'm in frame. And what I love about it is that, whenever it's like, I have an idea I want to make content about, I can just sit right here. I can just switch on the camera, switch on the screen, have everything together, and that's it. It literally takes me 2 minutes if I want to record an idea or a video from when I have the idea till I execute it. So it's not like I have to set up tripods or I have to really wait for the next day to do it. And I think this is the beauty of having just an environment that you have actually engineered and thought of to reduce as much friction as you can reduce. I think most entrepreneurs and founders and creators, if they had some sort of a system, if they engineered their space in a way where creating was just right there, so easy for them, they would be putting out not only more content, but more impactful content as well. We don't want to have the creation and the struggle of setting things up to get in the way. And we don't want to get cold on that idea. And so this is something I wanted to share with you.